right, guys, we got another special guest this week. It's a big fucking deal for me for my favorite movie of all time, but The Bronx Tale isn't it. I'm going to read the list. Stiffs, This Thing of Ours, Kirk, The Jailhouse, Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn, Wasted Town, Searching for Bobby D, Fifth Borough, Plan B, A Soldier's Sweetheart, Bare Knuckles, and much more. You will know him the best from The Bronx Tale is Crazy Mario. Today we got Louis Vanaria.
Yeah, thank you very much. Wow.
I just want to say before we get in here is that I loved Many Saints of Newark. And I think I was maybe one of the only ones who thought it was a good movie.
Definitely.
I thought it was fucking phenomenal, so I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay.
So the first question I wanted to ask is, you know, a lot of people know you from acting, obviously, but you're a musician.
Yeah,
What came
I'm a
first?
singer. Singing first. I was singing with a wedding band. I was about 15 or 16 years old. I used to come out and do my little Sinatra thing, and that's how I started. And an actor friend of mine. My nickname is Scoops. You know that because my parents owned an ice cream store in the Bronx called Scoops Cafe, and I worked there, so they know me as Louis Scoops. Nobody knows my last name. Everybody Scoops. So this guy used to come into the ice cream store. His name was Mike Starr. You know Mike Starr, Patrick?
I think so.
Yeah, he was the clown in Uncle Buck.
Yeah, I think I know.
He was Frenchie in Goodfellas. I'm the 5 to 8. I'm the commandant. Remember that guy?
Yeah. Yep.
He was from the Bronx. He used to come into Scoops, and he saw me singing somewhere, and he said, "Did you ever think of acting?" I said, "No, Mike, you're the actor. I'm the singer." And he told me about it. He said, "Yeah, but a lot of good singers are actors. You know, you mentioned Sinatra and Streisand, and sure, a lot of good singers are actors." So he said there was an open call in the Bronx for Bronx Tale. It was Marco. Remember Marco?
Yes.
And he was doing it. He was doing an open call on Arthur Avenue. Remember? Mm-hmm. So I went down, and they were just looking for extras at the time, extras for the Bronx Tale. I went in. I said, I'm not really interested in being an actor or an extra or anything. I wanted to know if there was any singers because I heard this is a period piece, like the 60s. I do a lot of 60s stuff too. And if you need a singer, and they said, well, not really. We don't really need singers, or you know, it's not a musical. And I said, okay, I'm not. Thank you. And on the way out, they said, wait, you know, you have a real character face, which they meant as a compliment because I'm so handsome. And they said, you have a character face. You think you could read for a role? And I said, yeah, I could. I'll try to read for a role. I read for Crazy Mario, you know, Arthur Avenue. Then they called me, and they wanted me to read for De Niro in Tribeca. So I went to Tribeca, and there was about 15 other Crazy Marios there. Called me back again. Remember how they did it? They dwindled down. Then there was 8. Then there was 3.
Same thing.
I went down again, and then there were 4 kids there, but nobody was reading for Mario. It was Slick, Joey, Dominic, other kid, and I realized, you know, I'm close because, and Phil Garbarino, who had the lead part.
Right.
Phil Garbarino actually had the lead.
So not a lot of people know that story. You should tell that.
Phil Garbarino was, I think he was from the Bronx too.
He's the guy who shoots Sonny in the head at the end.
He had the lead. He had Lilo's.
He was Cologio.
I think Lilo told me that when he was on my other podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, he was Colosio, and we after that audition, since it was just me as Mario, and he brought us, and that was the first time he brought us all in together, and De Niro kind of watched us together to see if we could. I guess he was looking if we had any, like if it looked like we could be friends. I guess you know, he watched 4 of us. He didn't even have us read. He just kind of watched us. Then he sent us to dinner that night or 2 nights later, to maybe know each other a little. Because we were supposed to. We were supposed to grow. We grew up together.
Yeah.
So he wanted us to know each other, and we didn't know each other. But
You didn't know Joey at that point either?
No, I didn't know Joey because I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
And he's a Brooklyn guy. I mean, I knew him from. I just knew him from
movies.
Goodfellas, movies.
Yep.
And but I didn't know Joey. No, I knew. Believe it or not, I knew Kathy Narducci. I knew her daughter, and I knew her.
Because you lived close.
We lived 4 blocks away from each other. But anyway, we went out and they had drinks. I don't drink at all, but they had drinks about because Phil Garbarino had the lead role. He was going to be a star.
Yep.
And then the kid Marco, who I originally read for on Arthur Avenue, went to Jones Beach. Saw a kid coming out. He was done. He was done casting the movie. The movie was casted. We're ready to shoot. And this kid's coming out of the kid's coming out of the water. It was Lilo.
Yep.
He said, "You look like De Niro. Did anyone ever tell you
I think
that?
he was imitating De Niro.
He started doing De Niro.
Yeah.
He has a great imitation. He even has a mole on his face.
Yeah.
Where De Niro's mole was. And that's how. And then they called him in. And they said to Phil Galvarino that he didn't have the role anymore. Wow.
I mean,
That's gotta be heartbreaking, that story, too, at the beach.
Heartbreaking?
That's got to be heartbreaking.
And then the movie turns out what it is, and then
Yeah,
you're
right.
supposed to have the lead
Yeah.
role.
You went from having the lead role.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You still have a memorable scene. I mean, you're the one that kills Sonny.
Yeah,
But you went from having the lead role to not saying a word and being
You know, I
on
just
screen
heard that
for
happen
maybe
too.
30 seconds.
I just saw something about that. Michael J. Fox was not the original Back to the Future.
yeah.
It was the kid who played Mask. Who was that kid?
I forgot who it is, but yes, I know the story.
He even shot half the movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that I didn't know.
I think I did see this maybe.
That I didn't know.
What was his name? He played Mask. Eric Stoltz.
Okay.
Eric Stoltz had the part in Back to the Future, the original. He shot maybe 3/4 of the movie, maybe, and they said,
reshot the whole
they said
thing?
it's not working, and there's actually little parts of him in the movie, like his hand and stuff like that, where they didn't change it, but they got Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox was doing Family Ties.
That's my hand. That's my hand right there. Look, I told you I was in it. That's my left hand right there.
I mean, being
they
in
show
that
my
movie-
right. They show me right in the next scene. Watch.
Being in that movie in the Bronx Tale, every single character stuck from front to back.
100%.
And I remember everybody. So yeah, I mean, he wasn't the lead role, Lilo was, but it's still dope that you were in it. You know what I mean? And that whole friend group, because that's a hell of an acting job. Because you would say you're more of like a reserved type of guy, right?
I'm
Like,
very reserved.
Very reserved.
right. So like not a street Bronx gangster kid. So to play that part must have been. You got to be a good actor for that.
And I say, is it difficult? Because I think I'm introverted too. I can only imagine how
Well, that was his first movie.
And I know that's what acting is, but I'm just curious. Is like how difficult was that?
It wasn't because I was singing in front of people, and that was like the fact that I was able to sing in front of people. Maybe
You already had the exposure therapy.
a little
just-
exposure of people watching you and looking at you. It wasn't the cameras that bothered me. It was all the people around. There were a lot of people around. I don't think there were on other films. I don't think there's that many like an audience.
No, so I always say, out of all the movies I've ever done, and I'm sure you the same way, Robert De Niro, like I said, it was his first movie, right? He's directing. And he was the type to where he could be filming, let's say he was filming Lou and Slick over there, right? If he got something in his head where he was like, you know what, I'm gonna film this because it would fit perfect. It's not in the script, it's not on schedule, but I wanna film it. So he would keep
Everybody on set.
everybody on set. You remember we stood on set every day, even if we were not filming. I mean, there was two weeks where I wasn't filming at all, but I was on set. I had to be on set every day. The car would come pick me up. We would be on set every day. He got us apartments on the block.
Yeah.
Remember, we had our own apartments, and we were all just living in
I
the
think he wanted
apartments.
us to watch the how it's done because we had never seen it before, so we were kind of learning. And they shot in, believe it or not, they shot in chronological order, which they never do in any other. Anything I've done, but that was shot in chronological order. So I was on set when the kids were, when the kids were there, when you guys were there.
Yeah, we
I don't know
were.
why, but we just sat there all day.
He wanted me on set. He had me and a few other kids on set when they got blown up in the car. It's like, I'm about to die in the car. Why do I have to be here? The older guy that's playing me is about to die in the car. And believe it or not, I'm going to send it to you. I got it buried in a basket somewhere. But I don't know if you remember, when you got blown up in the car, I came with my mother and we had the VHS. You remember the camera?
Oh, you have that
put
on
the little
tape?
VHS thing? So I filmed that whole thing of you getting burned
wow,
in the
I'd love
car
to see that.
with the dummies in the car. I mean, obviously that's not in the car burning.
Well, we did
It's-
burn, but I did catch
Yes,
fire.
yes, but not right. Wait. Pause. I did burn.
What are you talking about?
They originally asked me, I think me and Joey did it, and the other two kids did, if you would be willing to do the fire scene, to catch fire. And I said, yeah, I want to do that. So because I was underage, they had to call my parents and ask my parents, get the
We
okay.
let you
So
sign the
they
father,
They called my father, and my father was like, I said, call my father. I gave him my father's number. I didn't want them to call my mother because my mother would probably say no. My father
would've
says,
definitely said no.
my father said, what does Louis want to do it? And I said, yeah, he wants to do it, but we have to get it. Yeah, well, if he wants to do it, let him do it. That was it. He looked like he wanted to get off the phone, my phone.
Yeah.
So I knew he would want to get off the phone because he hates phones. So that was great. So I got the okay, and then they put you in a suit, like a long john suit, soaked in this cold. You were there for that,
Yep,
so
yep.
you know they soaked it in this cold. Oh my God, gel. You put that on, and then the car is up on stilts, and it's only the back seat because I was sitting in the back seat. So the car's cut in half, so you only see the back seat in the back of the car, and it's up a little. And then you have to put your wardrobe on over this cold long john suit. It's disgusting. You put your coat on, you put your hat on, and everything, and then they sit you in the back, and there's a stuntman literally right there and right there, maybe an inch away from you, one with a fire extinguisher and one with a blanket. They said, we're going to light you on fire. You scream and yell for a minute, and then you throw yourself down in this guy's lap. He throws the blanket on you and puts you out with a flat.
There was no CGI. There was none of that those days. So you had to literally go on fire.
I find it crazy. They just called his father on the phone. Was like, "Yo, is it okay?
We're gonna let you
sound
Not like a written.
Yeah,
nothing.
no,
Like,
no.
yeah, listen.
Maybe
you
it would be
could have gave him your friend's number.
It would be like that.
Now they would.
Right.
Now in a scene like that, they would definitely you just use
Yeah, and I heard you
CGI
get
or something like that.
and you get paid,
Right.
which we didn't get paid. It's stunt pay.
Oh really?
We didn't get extra money for that,
Oh
which
shit.
we would get stunt pay.
I always thought it was so interesting when I hear that a lot of movies and TV shows aren't filmed chronological.
No, and it throws
I think
you
that's
off
one
when
of
you're
the-
filming.
How much?
It throws you off.
I'm saying,
a lot.
like, how difficult is that?
Yeah, it does. It throws you off a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're trying to think in your head, wait a second, is this scene before the other scene or after the other scene? And you're trying to make sure
Because the character's got perspective too, so you're not sure
Exactly.
Now, a word from our sponsor. This ain't just fashion, this is a statement. At War streetwear for those who don't back down. Built from struggle, designed for impact. From the pavement to the front line, you're not just wearing clothes, you're wearing purpose. We're all at war with something.
One question that Pat could attest to this because we talked about it. Your first movie that you were in was probably one of the top 5 movies ever, in my opinion. I think the majority would say that too.
Absolutely.
Was it ever hard to continue your acting career given that you started so?
No, I got lucky right after that. I did something like a TV movie called what was it called? Young at Heart, and I got to meet my idol Frank Sinatra on that.
That's insane.
That was awesome.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And then I did Kirk. I did 23 AC. I went to LA and I did a sitcom with Kirk Cameron. I did 23 episodes on that, and that's really where I learned to act really on that show because it's every week and it's in front of a live audience, which was really cool. Kirk was great. Will Estes was on that show too, who plays Jamie in Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
He was the brother, and I was the best friend, and that was where I learned to act. And we did 23 episodes. The show got canceled, but you know something? That was on WB, and the show that was shooting right across from us was a show with Kevin Connolly.
Oh yeah.
He was the one of the stars of the, and we were
show
right
was
next
that
door
with
to each
Kevin?
other. I don't know. He was dating his sister on the show in real life. He was dating the girl who played his sister. You ask him. I didn't know. I didn't really talk to him much, but we did work at the same time. He was on a show, and I was on a show, and they were both on the WB. And it was the Frog was the WB.
Kevin was in everything.
How'd you get close with him? Because I
So
mean, I
he
know
directed the Gotti movie.
He's E.
He directed
He's E
the
to
Gotti
me.
movie. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't really talk to him.
and
I'm not his friend or anything, but
when we filmed that, I was the only person on set that actually knew all these characters in real life that they were playing. So Kevin,
He was tapping you a lot.
he just was like, Pat, stick by my side. I don't want to know if I'm doing
It's
something.
authentic, is this not?
And it paid off because there was a couple of scenes like I pulled up one day when they were filming the Vinny the Chin scene, okay, where he's walking with his robe and they're walking up the block and Vinny the Chin. Yeah, so Vinny the Chin walking with his robe or whatever.
Yeah.
And Vinny the Chin used to wear that hat, right? When I pulled up and they were rehearsing for the scene, they had a bucket fisherman hat on.
That's gotta go.
And I pulled up and I'm like, Kev, what's he doing with that hat? And Kevin froze and he was like, why? What do I said, Kev, he never wore that hat. He would never wear that hat. He stopped everything. We called every hat store in Ohio. We found one open. I had to fly there in the car. But there was a couple of instances, like in one of the scenes, John Travolta's talking and he says, oh yeah, that guy down in, he goes, that guy down in Florida. And I heard Florida.
Yeah, no.
And I said, Kev, John Gotti would never say Florida. I said, it's Florida.
I hope you got paid as like an advisor or something.
I mean,
It's like you're
me
a
good.
real life version of Chris from The Sopranos.
So Kevin tells me, mind you, this is the second day filming that he says this. I'm just got there. And John Travolta says Florida. And I said, Kev, he would never say that. He'd say Florida. And
Florida.
Kevin goes, all right, can you tell him? I went,
Yeah.
what? I said, Kev, you want me to go over to John Travolta and tell him how to talk? And
Yeah.
he was like, tell him, he'll know that you know the guy. Walked over like a 6-year-old. I was like, excuse me, Mr. Travolta? And he was like, yeah. I said, he would never say Florida. He would say Florida. I'm thinking he's going to say, do me a favor, go fucking stand over there and check them out. Let me do what I got to do. He went, hold the cameras for a second. Come over here. And he pulls me to the side, over there, just me and him, and he's asking me 100, and I'm sitting there.
Smart guy.
And I'm going, in my head, I'm like, this is not real.
Yeah.
This is not, I'm coaching John Travolta right now. I said, this is
be
not
John
real.
Gotti?
Like, yesterday I was on a construction site. Like 2 days ago, I was working construction. I said, it was
That's
surreal.
amazing.
It was surreal.
Yeah.
When,
But it worked, it paid off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that movie had a lot of potential. There was some good parts. A lot. The actors,
But he did well.
The actors killed it.
Yes.
But I heard the story and
And like I said,
I didn't see
when
it.
I first
Willie
heard,
DeMeo was in that too, right?
yeah, he plays Sammy.
He plays Sammy.
And when I first heard John Travolta's playing guy, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Couldn't picture it for the life of me.
Yeah,
right?
well, I couldn't picture Viggo Mortensen. How do you say his name?
Viggo Mortensen.
In that Green Book playing the Italian. But
how do you feel
me
about
either. Good
Nicolas
job.
Cage playing Carlo Gambino?
I just heard that. You just told me that now.
Can't see it.
I don't know. I can't
Listen,
see it.
you can't see it, right? The same way I couldn't see Travolta.
Yeah.
And the first day on set, I walked into the makeup trailer, and he was in the chair, and he had the suit on.
shit.
And here's something a lot of people don't know. All the jewelry that John Travolta is wearing in that movie is John's jewelry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
John Jr. brought a bag of his father's jewelry, all right? He wore all of John's jewelry in the movie. My Uncle John Jr. had to leave, right? Comes up to me. Make sure you keep track of the jewelry. I said, no, you're leaving me with too much responsibility. Don't do this to me. That's your father's jewelry. That's priceless. You got to watch the jewelry. So here I am at night, making sure they pack this bag, going home. The movie's finished. We got 2 days left to film. The jewelry's finished. So I call him, and I'm like, all right, I'm driving back from Ohio. He was like, all right, well, bring the jewelry. I said, now I got to have it in my car for 6 hours. I was more worried about flipping the car over and the jewelry flying out the window than me getting killed in a car accident. I was like,
God forbid.
that was a surreal experience because of how much I was involved in it. Like I never
You were
expected
in it also, not just a consultant, right?
Yeah, I was in it,
Yeah.
and I was a consultant in it.
I got to rewatch that with a different perspective now.
I have to I keep rewatch every time I have somebody like you guys here. I have to rewatch everything.
Yeah,
because
I'm the same way.
I just appreciate it a little bit more.
Yep.
So you know what I mean. Pat said this when he gets pissed off and people call him slick. Do people
Yeah,
call
I
you?
don't like Crazy Mario too
I know what drives you nuts the most. Hold on, I know what drives him nuts the most out of everything. The Mario test.
Yeah, I hate that.
He is, listen to me, he's the total opposite of Crazy Mario, right? And I always tell him, I'm like, Lou, do you know how many girls got the Mario test because of you? He'd be like, don't say that. Don't say that. And then we're on sets, and you'll see people that don't really know him good. Me and him will be standing with each other, and we're talking and bullshit, and you'll get some guy that just met him a couple of days ago and be like, oh, so let me hear you say to me. And he's like, I'll never repeat that. He will not
It's
repeat
so
that.
crude because
Yeah.
I say like going down on the old Brajol, which is something I would never ever
Never
say.
in a million years say.
But I said it, but people come up to me and say, yeah, go on, and they think I'm that guy, and I'm like, listen, I'm not that guy, you know.
No.
And I don't like when they call me. One guy kept, people call me Mario, and I say it's Louis, and then he'll go, I want to introduce Louis. I want to introduce you to my girl. Hey, this is Mario. I said it's Louis.
Yeah.
And he goes, nice meeting you, Mario.
He's the one that told you to go
Louis.
down in the brush.
Or scoops, I'll accept.
And listen, I know him since like then. We were kids.
Yeah.
And I know him through this whole time we've been close. He's never even sipped a beer. Like, straight, straight arrow.
Yeah. I've never
That's
been
him.
I'm
drunk.
sorry,
I've never
it's
been drunk a
fascinating.
day in my life.
It's fascinating. It's like Gandolfini, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when he's not Tony Soprano. You're not Crazy Mario.
He's
and
not Crazy Mario.
The general public, it's hard, man, because
Yeah,
the general
yeah.
public's
Well,
gonna
just
think
it's
you're
a
I
nuts.
testament to
understand.
how good you played the character.
I understand.
You know?
Yeah.
It was
Joe
legendary.
D'Onofrio is more slick.
Oh my God, he's so
I
slick.
grew up with him too. He's slick in real life.
He
But
is. You've had him here, right?
he's coming. He's
He must
coming.
be. Oh, he must be.
He's
He's gonna
coming.
be a riot.
That's a
here.
good one.
Listen, so he like
He don't pull punches. He'll tell you who he hates.
so
and who he
2 years ago.
doesn't.
2 years ago, we're doing maybe more than that, maybe a little more than that. No, yeah, it was definitely more than that. We were doing. I forgot how many years ago, but he goes. We were doing mob movie con, The Sopranos, the this, the that. We were all going there, right? So Joey has got a stand-up booked. He does stand-up now, right?
How's his stand up?
So we go in there. We go to watch his stand-up, and
I was invited to that. I didn't.
I
didn't
can't
go.
even repeat what he said, but the things he was saying on stage, like there was women in the audience and
Yeah.
everything that I was
Yeah,
and I'm going like this.
yeah. Stand up's
I
hard.
still-
I got a funny story about
Stand-up's
Joey.
hard. Stand-up's hard.
I was gonna wait till he gets here and I'll cut it if anything. But my mother, long time ago, was oh yeah, I'm going on a date with this guy. You know, when she was single. Yeah, and she's like, I'm going to Roland Roaster. I said, oh, that's a nice place to take her. You know what I mean? So I was like, who is it? And he goes, oh, he played young Pesci in Goodfellas. I said, Joe D'Onofrio? She goes, yeah, Joe. And then they went out. I don't know what happened. Nothing,
Wait,
you
this
know.
was your mother?
This was my mother, you know, when she obviously when
Lou,
she,
he's much younger than us.
Oh, he must be.
He's much younger than
my
us.
mother's was Joey's age. So they're what are you,
Oh my
50?
God, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Son of a-
Yeah, but when she told me that, I don't know. I was kind of all right. That's pretty cool.
He used to come up to La Villa a lot. I worked in La Villa and Mo Basin for like 6 years. He used
That's
to
my
come.
cousin's restaurant.
You're going to be very. This is good that you're starting this at such a young age.
He'll
At
be like,
30
holy
years old.
shit.
You started it, you know, like I didn't really know which direction to go in, you know, but the neighborhood that we live in has zero voice. John was really the pioneer of the South Brooklyn, Southern Brooklyn movement.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he started coming on and then it was just like I just kind of fell in love with the vision. The vision is to give a voice back.
Is
to
it all
those-
you guys all every week or no?
We're always flip-flopping. We're always
For the most
flip-flopping.
part.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most
Then my father called me and he's like, oh, you know, I know young slick from the Bronx, Patrick Borriello. Do you know who that is? I said, yeah, of course I know who that is. Are you kidding me? And then he's like, oh, he wants to come on the show. Do you want to have him on? I said, yeah. I don't know why you're asking me that.
Let me
I
think about
started
it.
seeing clips of the show on social media, and you know, you see all these podcasts, it's mob guys, and it's, you know, this and that.
Yeah, there's a
So-
lot. Yeah, there's a
but
lot.
they were talking about Brooklyn, the clubs, the restaurants, the this. They would never talk about any mob shit.
Yeah,
So I loved it.
yeah, yeah.
And I was seeing the clips, and then when,
Yeah.
when I spoke to his father, and he set it up, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Are those guys making money? Those mob guys who talk about the
course.
life.
I mean,
Is that-
listen,
how
Sammy
does-
the Bull
How do they do that?
is literally on his podcast, and you could see as he's talking, he'll be like, "Oh, thanks for the $5 donation, so and so," and it's like, so Sammy's. I don't know how he makes money, if he's signed to anybody, but you see people sending him $5 donations as if so.
What is it? Big? They're making big. They're making big
I
money.
can't-
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
get
I don't know.
sponsored. Because people are in love with the life, but you don't understand about how many people you're putting in harm's way by going on a live platform and speaking.
Yeah.
To the point where like I'll finish an episode and I'll go up to everybody and I'll be like, hey. Is there anything that you may be kind of a little shaky
Yeah, I heard you
about?
say that, yeah.
And I'll cut it. You know, 'cause sometimes my guests will pop in their head like, oh, all right, no good, cut that out.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Because most people will try to get something that you don't, that the person
Exactly.
doesn't want to
No,
say.
Yeah,
even
we
with the
never
cl-
try to get anybody with a gotcha moment.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
everyone to feel
No,
comfortable
exactly.
here. It's a very flowy conversation.
Yeah, so even with the clips, I'll verify because I don't have any of your numbers. I'll verify with Pat before I put it up.
Yeah.
What you want.
Oh,
what
you
you
put
don't.
clips up too during the
Yeah, like
show? That's
before,
cool.
like we send each other videos,
Oh,
and
that's
then
great.
Yeah.
then we'll send it to you, and you'll post. Like he sends the videos all up,
Pretty
but,
much like the week
but
before
he's
it
very.
airs, we'll
you
blast
put,
it.
and you put stuff,
Yeah.
and you do all that yourself.
I do.
all
I
that
do.
editing.
The
Yeah.
studio
A lot of work.
does the filming, and then I have one of the girls here does the basic editing if I need
Yeah.
anything cut, and then I take it from there in the back end logistically, and then I just try to get it all out
That's
there.
great. That's really pro.
It's a lot.
And see how he said after the episode, I'll ask you. Oh,
Yeah.
you want anything?
Nice.
I did like 2 other podcasts where I filmed from my house. It was all virtual, but
Yeah.
I let them know beforehand. Don't ask me these questions. I'm not going to answer them. Okay? And you could tell while they're interviewing you, they're not asking you that question that you didn't want directly, but they're trying to weasel their way
well,
into
that's
as
their
close
job.
as they could get. So when you do slip up, because you feel maybe you'll answer, that's what they want. But when I did the podcast here,
they didn't
the
ask.
same thing he did before, walked right up to me. He's like, listen, when I get the clips, I'll send them to you. If you don't want nothing or you think of something that you didn't want to say, we cut it.
That's
a great
rare.
episode.
Yeah.
I don't think people
Yeah.
do that.
It's because I'm not out here trying to be nefarious, you know what I mean? And
That's that
negative.
journalism shit that people are just trying to get like
What do you think of
gotcha
Joe?
moments.
I think
and
Joe
all that.
Rogan does a good job. He doesn't. Does he go for gotcha moments? I don't think
No.
so.
No, Joe Rogan's.
I like Joe Rogan.
Well, sometimes people
Joe Rogan's a genius.
people want to hear certain things. The only thing is, I didn't connect with Pat because of the history of
Yeah.
whatever, but
Yeah.
I connected with Pat because he's
He's in one of our favorite movies.
He's in movies. You know what I
Right,
mean?
the favorite
No, but
movie.
he puts people at ease. I noticed when he on his show. I know as people talk, it just seems sincere. The
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's
what
a
I mean.
talent in that too, being genuine for 3 hours on camera.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And he
Talking about
tries to get
anything.
people that episode's going to mean something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, yes.
You know, like somebody that has a take on something that he's going to go back and forth with.
Yeah.
His episodes, he
I
tries.
watched his Mel Gibson was really cool.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
He interviews some
Crazy
cool,
stories.
some
Yeah.
cool shit. But
Yeah.
like when you walk out, he made a good point. If somebody walks out here not feeling good, you guys are in such an industry, a tight knit industry. It's like, I went on this guy's podcast. It was a fucking
Yeah.
awful experience.
Yeah.
I never, ever, ever want that to happen with anybody.
Well, then stay
from
off
me.
politics on this show.
Yeah, we tried.
We
last
tried.
The pork chop episode was good.
we-
Really
we-
do
We
that.
had
I mean,
pork chop
yeah.
on, and he went on like a
little Mondami,
political Mondami rant.
Oh, really?
And, I mean, harmless. It was harmless.
Yeah.
He was.
He goes, his last name sounds Italian.
Yeah,
My
You want your car looking brand new without leaving your driveway? Brilliance Mobile Wash is the team to call. From basic washes to full detailing, they pull up, lock in, and leave your ride shining like it's fresh off the lot. Contact 917-353-3232. Instagram at Brilliance Mobile Wash LLC. Top tier service, quick turnaround, real results. Book your wash today and thank us later. Mention the Voices of Brooklyn podcast and get 10% off.
That was a good one because most of the time we have a lot of Brooklyn people here. He's from Queens, and you're from the Bronx. So I want to ask you just the Bronx question. I'm going to ask everybody, what are your top 3 favorite food joints in the Bronx?
Food joints? I like Louis and Ernie's Pizza. It's on Middletown Road.
I've
in
heard of that.
Crosby. Yeah. It won New York's best pizza
Yeah, I've heard of
like
that.
a couple of years in a row. I like Mexican food, so I like there's a place called Mama Francesca. That's Italian, which we like. And Mary Ann's is a Mexican restaurant in Portchester. It's not in the Bronx, though. But we
Oh,
go
that's
there a
fine. My
lot.
friend Christian lives there. I went to Portchester one
Portchester?
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Christian Petroni, the chef.
Yeah.
He's got a studio up
Yeah,
there.
they
It was
made it
really-
nice. They made it nice because they opened that studio.
Yeah, it was really cool. It
They
was a
opened
really
that
cool little
concert
town, it felt
place.
like.
Yeah.
What was the wildest thing that ever happened to you during filming?
During filming Bronxdale,
Anything.
Well,
You're in like
Bronxdale
50,000
was
things.
probably Bronxdale was probably the
Fire.
fire was probably
I got to get you that tape.
the fire.
I gotta
would
find
love
the
to see
tape.
that.
I still can't get over they just called your father on the phone.
Yeah,
man. That's, I'm just thinking like
And-
now.
and
they're
I
all
don't
serious.
You see, I'm gonna clip that. That is good. No, that's really
I don't know
You're
if
right,
you
I could've-
remember when they were filming that scene. Remember they only had one car. So Robert De Niro came over and he was talking to the stunt coordinator. He was talking to everybody, and he was like, "Listen,
We got one shot.
we got one shot."
Yeah, and what's funny is there were 3 steps like to get up to talk to me because, like I said, the car's up here, you know, and
Right.
we're ready, and I got all this stuff on me, and they put that stuff in your ears and your nose and stuff like that. That gel, I guess it's not flammable, and we were ready to shoot, and De Niro would climb up the steps and go, "Lou, if you don't want to do this right now, you just say no, cancel it, forget it."
Yeah.
I said, "No, I want to do it." He goes back down the stairs, and then we're like, "Cameras up." Lou, even now, I know the cameras are up, but if you don't feel right to doing this, you don't have to do it. Just say, "I don't want to do it." We'll stop it. No, I want to do it. Come on. Are we ready to fix that, fix this, fix it? Lou, I know we're ready to shoot this, but if you don't
He
want to
was
do
like
it,
that,
I said, Bob, if you ask me again, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Just let me do it. I'm psyched. Like you psych yourself up,
Yeah,
you know. And he
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
asking me.
You're ready to get lit up.
Yeah,
Try to get
he's
this
giving
over.
me, but he's giving me the option to do it, which was really nice.
Which is
I
the
mean,
right
he was
thing.
very nice.
Yeah, he was
I didn't
very
get to
nice.
talk to him much on Bronxdale because he was being pulled in a million different directions because he was obviously directing. But when we did The Irishman, we did the scene for people. Everybody watches the scene in the truck, and then they said, "Okay, this is about an hour, 15-minute light. Do you want to go back to your trailer?" They asked him, and he said, "No, just set two chairs up right there, and me and Louis will just
that's exactly
we'll
what
wait
you're
it
doing.
out." So I said, "Okay, great." And that was the first time. It's been how long has it been?
It was 30
something years.
30-something
First
years.
time that I really got to sit with him and talk to him for an hour.
Yeah,
you know,
he did
just
the same
nice. And then people were walking by, and some people, most people don't even realize he's sitting there because you know there's a million people around, so you're not zoning in on anybody. They're walking by. Well, one guy recognized him and asked him for a picture, and he looked a little. He wasn't too happy about it. He goes, "Yeah, all right." And the guy just stands next to him. He doesn't say hello to him. He doesn't do it. He just takes a picture and he walks. And he looks at me and he says, "You know, I never refused people pictures before, but now with social media, you know, you never know where they're going to end up. And I feel bad about refusing people pictures, but I have to sometimes."
Does that happen to you? You think a lot nowadays?
No, I love when somebody asks me for a picture, I'm honored. How the hell you want my picture? But for him, I understand that. So obviously, I didn't ask him for a picture. But I got the hint. But I get that.
He did the same thing with me at
get
that
that.
scene. He put when they were fixing the cameras. We had like a 20-minute break, and
he hung out.
He was like, come sit down."
Yeah.
And he was asking me, how's your mother?
Yeah.
He,
How is your mother?
She's great.
Susan,
she's
she's awesome.
She's great. She asks us about you all the time.
We hung out a lot on Bronx Tale.
Yep.
We were buddies. You know?
I'm
was
telling
great.
you, when we filmed the Bronx Tale, it was like
We were close.
a week in. It was like you were with your family. We all hung out. His mother.
Now, was your dad alive when we did Bronx Tale?
No. He had just died the year before. Maybe
because
a year
I don't
and a half
remember. I
before.
remember your mom, obviously, but
Yeah.
okay.
Oh wow, it was that soon after.
It sounds like
Yeah.
the Bronx Tale was bigger than a movie.
And that was what got me into act. Like after my father passed away, I was like, I was in a depression. Like I'm
sure.
I went from being the little ball of energy running all over the house to just sitting there like this.
How old were you?
I was 12.
And your brother?
My brother was only 2.
Oh, wow, you're a big difference.
Yeah, and
Is there anybody in between?
no.
Oh.
And
Do you have a sister?
I have a stepsister, an older sister. That's my father's daughter. I mean, we don't really talk much anymore, but I was just in like a depression, and Joey had just did Ninja Turtles, and when I seen him, Ninja Turtles, I was a kid. It was my favorite movie. And she's seen that when I seen Joey and I was talking to Joey outside the house or whatever, she's seen like I was excited about talking to him about the movies. And, one day I just asked her and I was like, I would love to, because Joey was saying you should go to acting school. Yeah, you should go to acting school if you like it. And he told me that a few times. And one day I just told my mother, I was like, I would like to go to acting school.
You went to acting
so
school?
she signed me up instantly to HB Studio.
Yeah.
I went for like a couple of months, and Joey found out I was going, and that's when he came up to me. He was like, they have an open call if you're going to acting school now, you want to really do it. They have an open call for a Bronx Tale, Slick. And like I told you in the last one, I didn't know I didn't know who he was playing. I just knew he was going to be in it. And they sent me for Cologio, and I tried out for Cologio, didn't get it, went back, got Slick, and I got all excited. I was waiting to see Joey. The next time I see him, I was going to tell him I got the part. And I seen him. I was like, I got the part. And then, like I said, he thought I got Cologio, which was the lead role. So he was like, you got that fucking part? And I was like, no, I didn't get that part. I got the part as Slick. He went, I'm Slick. And I was like, what? He was like, oh, you're playing. And we end up playing each other.
Yeah, young.
Yeah, it's
Which
amazing.
was
amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
They put the fake nose on that other kid. That
Yeah, do I remember? I was going to say, I didn't know if you wanted me to say it, but I remember every morning them putting the nose on the
They
kid.
made a
Paulie.
cast of me when we were starting the movie. They put a cast on my face.
Yep.
Took the cast off, made a prosthetic nose
For the
kid who played me at a young age. And Butchie Barbella, who did the music for the movie, tells a funny story that he was talking to the kid with the prosthetic nose on, saying, just talking to him and stuff like that. And then he met me a couple of days later, and he says, and I said, I got to go back to school. This is going to be kind of cool because everyone's going to know me. And he says, they probably won't recognize you when you take that nose off. I said, this is the real nose.
You know how many people on the set thought that was his real nose too?
Yeah, I know, it looked good, right?
It wasn't. It wasn't his real
That's like
nose.
what the makeup was, huh?
Yeah. They made a prosthetic nose.
That's crazy.
That's when I realized I'll never change this. I'll never change my nose. It's famous.
No, it's famous now. That's
It's like Owen Wilson.
Are there any roles you ever played that felt relatable to like who you are as a person?
Yeah, the kid on Kirk was kind of like me because I was they made me a singer because I was a singer. So that was and I got to sing on 2 or 3 episodes of Kirk. So that was pretty close to me. I always wanted to sing in something, and they let me do that. TV shows are great. I saw an episode when you were talking to Craig DeFrancia, and he said you asked him about movies and TV. TV now is, I think, better than movies.
It's now. But then, if you remember, the agents were steering you away. Your agent didn't want, if you were being in
I heard you say that.
Your agent didn't want you to go try out.
Because
Because
they were
probably
movie-
back then there was blockbuster movies. Like
Well, they were
I don't
movie
feel like it's
actors,
like
they
that
were TV
anymore.
actors.
TV was different too, right?
TV
You
was
had-
much different.
Now you get these streaming services. You get these deals. You might be on TV for 8
And-
years, 7 years.
For a while, you
As
couldn't do
TV
shows.
For a while, you couldn't do streaming either. Remember when SAG said no more?
Yeah.
Now that's out the window
Yep.
because it's too big.
Yep.
And I think TV is great right now. I think they're
agree.
making just as much
As a matter
money,
of fact,
maybe
agree.
more.
I
The
like it better.
exact words of the agent is TV is where actors go to die. That was what the
Yeah,
agent
because
said.
well, you're gonna play the same character, and they think they
And
get
remember,
typecast as
TV
that
shows
character.
then, people were getting paid nothing.
Yeah.
Well, not
That was
even
the
that.
time.
There was no.
That was the time of the Love Boat.
Yeah.
Remember the Love Boat?
Just
Actors
different
went
types of
on
TV.
there,
Yeah.
and they were like has-beens, but they
Yeah,
did the Love
exactly.
Boat and then
Exactly. That's
Fantasy
where they went to die.
Island.
That's what I'm saying. He
TV's
said
not
it
But
like
was.
it's not.
now.
It's not
What
that.
was
No, it's not
what
that
was
now.
out there back then that was like a banger TV
Nothing.
show?
No,
MASH.
well, The Sopranos
Right.
changed TV, right?
Yeah, well,
basically,
yeah.
like we were too young to realize that, but like looking back on it, and that's where I think the Many Saints of Newark went wrong. I think that should have been a show. I think that that movie, I loved it. I really did because I'm just a big Soprano guy. But I feel like it was the first 4 episodes of an 8-episode series. We're missing another movie.
That probably would have been better if they would have did
It
that.
would have been better
Yeah.
if they would have took that, spread it out, plus a little bit more over like 8 episodes of
Yeah.
a limited series
like
where
they
you
did
gave
The
us this
Offer.
movie.
Did
Yes.
you see The Offer? I thought The Offer was great.
I love The Offer. I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was
great. It was different. It was showing that it was a TV show
Yeah.
about the making of
Yeah,
a
and it
movie.
was
You know
it was
what I'm
long.
saying? It was interesting.
It was
yeah.
Miles Teller's awesome
eight
actor.
I think he's
episodes
the
or
man.
something like
Whiplash,
that,
one of my
10
favorite
episodes.
Yeah,
movies. He's
Miles
the
Teller's
he's-
phenomenal.
You
James
could never-
Manio. Do you know James Manio? He's a good friend of mine. He was in that.
Probably if I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
him.
probably.
You can never create those legendary movies. You just can't, and make it. The Sopranos was so good and so specific, and the characters are so good and so specific, and a lot of those actors in that show, I feel like, just killed those roles, and that's what they were meant for. Same thing with Bronx Tale, Goodfellas. If they ever in a million years tried following that up with a show or a movie, I wouldn't even fucking watch it.
Yeah.
You're ruining it because those
Yeah.
movies, they're too good. They're
Well, I
too
feel like
specific.
That's what I thought about Gotti, to be honest with you. I didn't think I didn't see it, but I thought Armand Assante's Gotti was perfect. I don't know why they would do it again.
I can't speak highly enough about how he that role was amazing.
Yeah.
Armand Asante playing it.
I don't know why they.
I mean, that's not a knock at
It's a money
Travolta or
trade.
nothing, but
You know, they know people are
Armand
gonna go
Asante
and
killed
watch
They're
it
gonna watch it,
because
yeah.
really did.
like we talk
Absolutely.
about all the time. People are enamored by like
Yeah.
that lifestyle. They're enamored by superhero movies. It don't matter how
You
many
could do
times they
another
remake.
guy. You could do another Gotti movie. I'll go
and
see
they'll
it.
make money
Yep.
just because
Sure.
people want to say that they knew somebody in there or they're just
Yeah.
they want that lifestyle. They want to portray like they have that lifestyle. They'll make money off of this genre till way past till where
Yeah.
that is.
Well, look, now they're going to do Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
with Carlo Gambino, and 2 years from now they'll pick Tommy Karate. Like
Yeah.
every couple of years they'll be like, okay, we need another gangster movie. Who do we make this?
There's
time?
enough out there. And
You're right. There's enough
guys
out there.
Yeah. I mean, I hope to see them tell some
Did they
new
make
stories.
a Roy DeMeo one?
I don't think so.
No.
So there you go. There's another one that one day they'll say, okay, let's do one on him.
yeah.
I mean, these are all guys that you could film a whole movie around. Roy DeMeo, Gregory Scarpa.
Yeah.
I mean, these are guys.
Yeah.
I want to see
have a big-
Sebastian play a standalone Joe Gallo and not just in The Irishman. I want to see like a standalone. I know you said there was a standalone Joe Gallo movie, but I want to see.
I've never seen it.
So when I told him that, it wasn't really a standalone. It was about the downtown crew. So do you remember the movie The Gang That Couldn't Shoot Straight?
Yeah.
That was Joe Gallo's
Also,
crew.
there was another Joe Gallo movie, an old movie, where I forgot who played him. It was an old actor who played him, and he wasn't the lead. It just had a little bit of the Joe Gallo. Actually, the author had mentioned Joe Gallo.
Yes.
in
Yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Crazy Joe
if you
Gallo.
remember the Gallo, like, okay, so my father and Mondo the Midget were very close. Mondo the Midget is the one in real life that took the lion from the zoo. And he robbed a cub lion. so the story goes they took some guy to the zoo. My father and a few other guys, Mondo and Midget, whatever. They took some guy to the zoo to scare him, to hang
Throw him in
over.
the lion's
They were gonna
cage.
throw him in the lion's cage.
Oh,
They were
really?
scared.
Sick fuck, bro.
They were
You took a
trying to
lion.
they were trying to get information or something, or whatever they were trying to get
They
from
showed
this guy.
that. What was that? What movie was that?
It was in The Gang That Couldn't Shoot Straight. It was in, I think they put that scene in a few movies, but
I feel like it was in Donnie Brasco.
so
No, they
it might have been
brought
that
him
too.
alive.
Yeah.
So they took this guy there, whatever, and whatever happened. And when they were going to walk out of the zoo, they couldn't find Mondo the Midget. Now, if you look up Mondo the Midget, he was literally this big, and he was a killer. He was a killer. So when they were going to leave the zoo, Mondo was missing. Everybody starts to panic. They think Mondo fell in the fucking lion cage.
Oh.
As they're panicking, here comes Mondo. He took one of the lion's cubs.
Wow.
And he took it. And he went running into the car with the fucking lion. And he took it to the club downtown. And it was this big.
Yeah.
And in 2.5 months, it was a full-blown fucking lion.
Yeah.
And he kept it. And
you
it was in the basement of the club. They would, any guys in the neighborhood
for
that they
anyone
had a
trying to
problem
rob that
with, somebody
place.
owed the money, bring him in the fucking basement. And as soon as you knew you were going to Mondo's club to go in the basement, you paid the fucking bill or whatever.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to
That
get
lion
thrown.
was gonna get.
And my father told me
It's like the
that, you know,
Coliseum.
when I was a kid, Mondo used to walk the fucking lion down Court Street. A full-blown lion being walked by a guy who's 3 feet tall
Yes. Insane.
with a leash.
These are great stories. See, now that would be in a movie. People wouldn't believe it.
Right.
It's truth is stranger than fiction. That's no doubt about it.
My father used to come pick me up from PS 97, right? In this big Lincoln town car. And I would jump in the front seat and I would start talking to my father. We'd get like 3 blocks away and all of a sudden I'd go, I hear, "Hi, Pat." And I'd fucking jump and I'd turn around and here's Mondo with his feet like this in the back seat.
Oh, in the back seat. Oh, he was,
Listen, I grew up, you know, I was a kid around Mondo. When I was a kid, I didn't know that 3-foot Mondo was a fucking killer. But I learned that when I got older.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Have you ever passed on any projects during your career?
I don't have the. I don't pass on anything. I mean, I know what I'm limited to certain things.
We all are.
I'm not going to do Shakespeare in the Park, that's for sure. And they don't offer it to me anyway. So everything they've offered me and I've read for, I felt like I could do. I feel like I could do more. They don't give me the chance a lot of times, but they know what I can do and what I can't do. So no, I don't pass on anything because they've never offered me like anything that I feel like I can't do.
Did you ever audition for a part that you really wanted, that you didn't get, but you really, really wanted that part?
Yeah, I did a show. I was in it though. I did a show called The Bronx is Burning. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I did, actually.
You saw that? The Bronx is Burning. Okay. Well,
He is a movie dictionary.
The Bronx is Burning. It was a
TV show.
A TV show. It was a series, like a couple of episodes. It was about the Bronx in 1978, right? It was about.
I think it was only one season though.
It was one season.
Oh, it was a show, not a movie?
It was a show.
No,
yeah.
it was a show.
okay.
It wasn't even. It was going to be one season. It wasn't going to go any
Okay.
further than that. But it was about the Yankees winning the World Series in '78. It was about the Bronx was a mess. It was a disaster. The Bronx, you know, there were burnt out buildings. It was and also the son of Sam was running around killing people.
Yep.
So I read for one of the Yankees. I'm a huge Yankee fan. I'm from the Bronx, and I wanted to play a Yankee. I mean, I could play a Yankee right now. You know, this would be
I could
a
see it.
dream.
I could see it. I could
if
see
could
it.
play-
I could see it.
If I could
How
play a
long ago
Yankee.
was this?
When was that on?
This was the
Billy
early,
Martin
way
was
early
it?
2000s.
Yeah.
Like early.
Billy Martin was played by John Turturro.
Oh, yeah.
They actually put it on. It was on like Hulu or something.
And it was
That's
on,
where I watched
originally it was on ESPN, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's on HBO sports section.
Oh, right, it was on sport.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so now I read for one of the Yankees. I forgot which one, Bucky Dent or one of these guys. And I said, oh, man, I hope I get this this Yankee, because they were shooting it off season at Yankee Stadium.
The
I
original
can see you
Yankee
like
Stadium.
I can see you being Phil Rizzuto.
Oh my God, I could be Phil Rizzuto or somebody like that, right? The Scooter.
Mickey Mantle, somebody.
Yeah. So I was praying I got this part. They called me. They said they loved you. They loved your audition. They want to offer you a role. I said, Yankee, right?
Wow.
They said they want you to be Paul Lupo. Paul Lupo.
He's not on the
Was he a
Yankees.
Yankee?
He's the bat boy.
Who's that?
I said, Paul Lupo, was he a Yankee in the 78? No, he was the guy who was shot in the face by Son of Sam. That's the part I played.
Did you? You played that? Oh,
yeah, I
now
got
I
shot
gotta
in the
watch
face by
this.
Son of Sam. And he lived.
So they actually, the Son of Sam's last murder that he got caught for,
Yeah.
that was on my corner. I mean, I didn't live there, obviously, at the
The
time.
first one he killed was on my corner in the Bronx, Loria.
It was on Bay 14th and Shore Parkway.
He was going to
Son of Sam
a
Park.
club.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I used to play handball and basketball.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He was going to a
It's
club
called
to
the Son
really.
of Sam Park?
Yes, it
He
is,
was
yep.
going to kill a lot of people that night. They got him right just in time. He was going to a place called Elephants or something like that. Was that in Brooklyn?
I don't know.
He's
I just
going
know
to a
where
club.
he got caught for that parking ticket.
Yeah, the parking ticket.
He parked on Bay 16th or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
by the pump. He walked down to Bay 14th or Bay 13th, right on the corner, right there on Shore Road where they were, killed them. When he came back to the car, there was a ticket on the car. That ticket is how he got caught. Because he parked by
Yeah,
the
a
Johnny
lot
Pump.
of those people get caught for like weird, stupid shit.
All right, folks, quick moment. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, you need the professionals who actually deliver results. That's the Pinnacle team, serving Brooklyn, Staten Island, and New Jersey. These aren't your average agents. This is a team that knows the market, negotiates hard, and treats clients like family. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, relocating, or just curious about your property's worth, talk to the people who make real estate smooth, simple, and profitable. Reach out to the Pinnacle team today, and you let the experts handle the hard part while you focus on the next chapter of your life. The Pinnacle team, real estate done right. You could also find one of their licensed realtors on Instagram at Frank Bergen Realtor.
Yep.
The king of segues.
King of segues. I got two more questions for you. The one thing I'm genuinely interested in, if you weren't acting or singing,
Yeah.
what would you be doing with yourself?
Being a Yankee.
He'd have the ice cream.
I'd be working in an ice cream parlor. No, there's really nothing. There's nothing else I could do. There's nothing else I could do. I can't nail it. I can't change a light bulb. There's nothing. I'm incapable of doing anything other than sing or act.
I mean, those are significant talents, and I ask this question every week. What's the legacy that you want to leave behind when it's all said and done
Oh,
in
that's
this
a tough
industry?
question. I don't even know. I don't even know if I know what that means.
Well, I mean, some
I'm
people
not
are
married. I don't have children, so that would be my legacy. But I'm not married, and I have no children. I
You'll
guess my
definitely
legacy
known
would be a
for
good,
an amazing person.
a good
Lou.
son,
You've always been an amazing person.
a
You've
good
always
friend.
been a good friend.
I mean, I know you for an hour. You seem like one of the most genuine people I ever
for
came
real.
across in
Yeah.
my entire life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm a really good friend. You tell me something not to say anything, and I take it to my grave. That's for sure. And I guess I pride myself on that,
Yeah.
and being a good friend and always knowing what to say and what not to say. That's sometimes it's more important to say
Nothing.
what not to say.
Every
Well,
week,
you point your finger at somebody, 3 fingers point back at you.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a good one.
Every week I keep ending off with "You're a legend" because it's fitting for every single guest that we've been having. I've watched the movies that you were in about 1,000 times. In my eyes, in the neighborhood, you guys are absolutely beyond like earthly. You know, Bronx Tale is,
Bronx Taylors. I never heard that.
just like top notch, man. For you to be here today is excited. Actually, the picture that we took earlier, I've been sending it to everybody I know.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
That's
this is
cool.
big.
No, I'm not a
Lou,
big.
do you have anything coming up?
No, I don't. Well, I have some singing gigs coming up. I have a couple of Christmas
Anything
parties.
you
I'm not-
filmed that's not out yet?
Nothing I filmed that's not out yet. No, Gravesend, season 3.
Oh, okay. So you're in that.
I'm in that.
Okay.
That's
Where are
not
you
out
singing?
Yet. I'm singing at Harrison Meadows on December 19th. Singing at a restaurant in Elmsford, Reenie's on December 5th. I have. That's it. Those are my
Still
engagements
Sinatra
right
stuff
now.
or your own stuff?
No, I do everything now. I have a full band. I have a 7-piece band.
That's awesome.
And I do from Sinatra to Justin Timberlake. I mean, I really do everything.
That'd be awesome. That'd be
really
awesome.
cool.
We're gonna get to one of your shows.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see it. Do you still have that place in the
No.
no
I
more?
never-
'cause that would have been fun. But maybe you know of a restaurant.
I definitely know of spots.
I was going to sing at a restaurant in Brooklyn once, and what happened was, I don't know if you, it was canceled because a girl was killed. Actually, she was a waitress in
In a Brooklyn?
a Brooklyn restaurant. Yeah, she was very pretty too.
How long ago was this?
About 5-6 years ago. She was a young girl.
Damn.
And she was she was beautiful, black hair. Her father was on like a couple of and they canceled it obviously because what happened. But yeah, I'm surprised you haven't heard about that.
No,
it was
I
in
did not
it was in was it Bensonhurst? I think it was Bensonhurst. Is there still a lot of Italians in Bensonhurst?
No.
They're exodusing quick.
You said
you in
right by
Gra-
Avenue U, like Meat
Gravesend?
Supreme
You
area.
lived in
Right over there.
Gravesend?
So I grew up at Bensonhurst. I grew up on 84th and 24th. I was born on Bay 22nd in Bath, and now I'm out here for it's going on 9 years.
And what about you, Chris?
I'm in Staten Island now. I moved out of Bensonhurst. Actually, the last neighborhood I lived in was Bay Ridge. I moved from Bensonhurst to Bay Ridge. I'm going to say when I was 23, 24. So I've been out here for about 5-6 years now.
Island's it's like they say it's the forgotten borough. I
Yeah,
mean,
it is.
It is a bit of a forgotten
They hate
borough.
us.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're speaking on Brooklyn. You don't even live there no more." It's like I don't really have to live there no more. I
I
grew up
lived there
there.
for 40 years. I
grew-
can't
yeah, I
talk
lived there my
about
whole-
what else you want me to talk about.
What else am I gonna do?
I need navigation to Staten Island to go to the gas station, so I
I'll
don't
tell, you
know
a
Brooklyn.
I'll tell you a funny story. I dated a girl in Staten Island, right? And I was living in the Bronx at the time. I'm in Westchester now,
hike.
right?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it's
it's like
crazy.
another planet.
She was a GU, a geographically
So
undesirable.
yeah, she was right. So my father says I was dragging my feet to go pick her up once, and my father says, "Where you going? Where you going, Louis?" I said, "I'm going to pick up this girl in Staten Island." He said, "Why you go all the way to Staten Island and pick up this girl?" I said, "Well, she's hot." He goes, he goes, "You know how many hot girls you pass on your way to Staten Island?" That was the last time I saw her.
The guy who put you on TV. Still
Lou,
teaching you lessons.
we love you.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you
coming.
so
Thank you,
much for
brother.
I
coming.
love you guys. It was
sir.
really nice meeting everybody. I wish you luck on this show, and I hope it
Thank
goes
you.
on for a long time. I hope you're another
Appreciate
Joe
it.
Rogan, man.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
you, Lou.
Thank you. We appreciate
Talk
that.
to your mom.